Hi, welcome to Booktopia TV. I'm Andrew Cattanach, and I'm so excited to be joined by Brooke Davis, the author of Lost and Found, which exploded recently at the London Book Fair and is guaranteed to be a bestseller in the coming months. Brooke, thanks so much for joining us at Booktopia.
Thank you so much for having me.
I read Lost and Found about a month ago, and it was just the right time in my life to have it. I was spending time with my parents. I was doing big sort of road trips up and down the country in New South Wales, and it was just the perfect book. It grabbed me. What was your ultimate sort of inspiration for the book before we go into what it's about?
There was a lot. I mean, it began in kind of a not great way, because it's very much a work of fiction. But about 7 or 8 years ago, my mum passed away in a freak accident, and so I was kind of looking for a way of expressing that, I guess. And it took me ages to start writing fiction again, and I don't really know why that was. But when I did, the first voice that kind of came naturally to me was the voice of a little girl, and she would become 7-year-old Millie Bird, this little girl obsessed with death, and that kind of makes a lot of sense, because I think you become quite childlike when you're grieving.
Yeah, I guess there is that progression, isn't there, with the loss of someone that's so close to you.
Yeah, particularly when it's your mum.
Yeah.
And there's so much kind of so much connection there that you're not even really kind of aware of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it began from a really kind of crappy kind of place, you know, and but it was all I was thinking about. And then I decided to do a PhD, and I decided to do it on the concept of grief, because it was a whole new kind of concept for me. I'd lost grandparents. My favourite dogs had died, you know, but that kind of grief that you don't know whether or not you're going to be okay at the end of it. That I'd never felt that before, and so I wanted to think about it more and find out what it kind of meant, not just from my point of view, but from lots and lots of other people's point of view. And it's crazy, because when I start talking about it, it sounds like it's going to be a really sad, dark book, but it's not how it kind of worked out. And I think it's because I going through that kind of grief, it kind of helped me to heighten everything around me, keeping that kind of concept of grief and my mum's death close to me, thinking really deeply about it. It made me just see everything in a much brighter way, I think, even the grief, even the sadness, I think. So it just turned out to be, lots of fun writing it, actually.
That makes perfect sense. And it'd be remiss to, when we're talking about Lost and Found, to not talk about just the extraordinary couple of months that you've had since it got picked up. It exploded at the London Book Fair. How's that sort of changed? You're probably a lot busier now, I guess.
Oh God, I know. I live such a nice, quiet life on the coast. It's so lovely. It's been amazing. It's been equal parts amazing and terrifying, because it's what I expected, or what I hoped for, after I found out that it was getting published by Hachette, which was the biggest moment of all of it, you know, because I've worked as a bookseller for so long and been writing for so long, I've always had it in my head that it's very difficult to get published, and that it'll never happen, and I'll be suffering years of rejection, and probably go into alcoholism or something.
No, that happens after 6 years.
Good. Okay, good. Gotta get the
that's what the authors do.
Yeah.
You're right.
But I just finished my PhD, and that was I wrote the novel as part of the PhD, and I was travelling around Canada, and a friend of mine had taken a sales rep from Hachette had taken the manuscript to Hachette at head office for me, and I was still not expecting anything from that. I just pictured these huge kind of teetering slush piles and didn't think anything was going to come of it, but yeah, when I was in Canada, I got an email saying that Hachette wanted to make me an offer, and yeah, within a few weeks it was kind of all sorted out, which is quite full on.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually the things drag across, but yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so that was, I think, the moment that I'll never forget, and that was the biggest kind of celebration. I was in Newfoundland, in St. John's in Newfoundland in Canada, and everything had been sorted out, and I took myself off to this little bar. Just kind of sat at the bar, just going, what the hell just happened? And I'm all on my own, don't know anyone. I just started talking to some people at the bar, and there's such a friendly bunch of people in there. And by the end of the night, they'd all bought me a drink to celebrate.
They'll be telling that story, I'm sure.
I know, so I could go back and shout them all. And that was lovely, and that I think was the biggest moment, you know. And the rest of it is just, I've had the lowest expectation that just keeps escalating. I was speaking to my little brother the other day. He's like, I can't tell anyone any more news. This is too much. It's just, I'm like, I know. But it's been really, really fun. The coolest thing is that I've just got to meet and talk to so many cool and interesting people who are in an industry that I just love, and that is really, really important to me. So that's been the best thing. I'm on email and phone a lot more than I used to.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think that one of the best things about Lost and Found ultimately is, even though it's going to find a worldwide audience, it's a really Australian story as well.
Yeah.
It explores the themes that we can all relate to, but the settings and the way you describe it, and ultimately I'm not going to give too much away, but a certain road trip, it's very Australian, and that's the great thing when you see an Australian book like that bust out, and it's a little piece of us as well that you're pushing out there.
I'm so glad to hear that, because that was really, really important to me. Australian stories are very, very important to me. The Australian book industry is, and Australian writers are, and I feel like we don't pay them enough attention, and don't pay our stories enough attention. So it was important for me to have the Australian landscape play a huge part of my book, because
it is towards the end, it's its own character really, isn't it?
Yeah. It's what I love about it is that the landscape is on kind of that kind of Nullarbor kind of landscape, not giving too much away. No. But it's, on first glance, it's so kind of inhospitable. It's so hot and dry and pretty ugly, really. But when you kind of sit with it and you're in it, it has this just amazing beauty that is quite difficult to kind of talk about or put into language, because it's unlike anything that I've ever seen. It's got this stillness and kind of romance to it that I'm really, really attracted to. So yeah, Australian stories are very important. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, thanks so much for coming in, Brooke. It's great that you're able to give us some of your time, and we're excited about the book. I haven't met anyone that's not excited about the book that's read it, so congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks so much for having me.
No, absolute pleasure. You get Brooke's book, Lost and Found, from booktopia.com.au. Sweet, that's it.